I want to quickly talk to you about banks that pull Experian for bad credit. So if you're looking for a bank that pulls Experian for bad credit, for a credit card, for loans and lines of credit, here is a list I want you to pay attention to. So the first bank that pulls Experian for bad credit is Fifth Third. So Fifth Third Bank is a great bank. It's actually geo-restricted, of course. They do not cover the whole nation. So you have to make sure that, first of all, you are in the geography that Fifth Third covers. And the cool thing we love about Fifth Third is that they tend to approve application real fast. We're talking about 2 to 3 days, which is really fast when you think about big banks in general, big or medium-sized banks. And what we love about Fifth Third is that they are not asking for it. Like, they don't ask for a lot of complicated, I would say, documents when you're looking for, let's say you want to apply for a loan or you apply for a line of credit. As long as you have your proof of employment or proof of income, they'll work with you. The best thing we love about Fifth Third also is that if you want to have, let's say you want to have multiple products with them, that's what we call multi-product relationship, MPR. So you want to have of course you want to have an account, a checking account with them. You also want to have a savings account. You want to have, if needed, you can have multiple savings accounts. You can have multiple savings products. So a savings account, you can have a CD and so on and so forth. So when we talk about, let's say, loans and lines of credit at Fifth Third, you have what they call signature loan. So they can actually, this is a personal loan, and you can actually be approved from $2,000 all the way to $50,000, and you can actually you can get the loan for up to 5 years, so 12 to 60 months. APR is kind of decent too. You're looking at 8.74% all the way to 21.49%. If you have bad credit, not a problem. They will approve you. The only thing is you need to actually be with Fifth Third, and you got to be with Fifth Third for at least 18 months to actually qualify for a bad credit line of credit, bad credit loan rather, at Fifth Third. So besides the signature loan, you also have the secure loan that you can get. And once you secure the loan through Fifth Third, they can actually approve you all the way to $500,000. So we're looking at $2,000 all the way to $500,000. This is really good. You also have so that's for the loan. You also have line of credit options. You have secure line of credit. You also have unsecured line of credit. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. I'm having a quick conversation with you about banks that pull Experian for bad credit. Besides Fifth Third, you also have American Express National Bank. So American Express is not just great when it comes to credit cards. You also can get a loan. You can get a loan or a line of credit through American Express. We're talking about business line of credit or personal line of credit. It can be a business loan, or let's say a business line of credit, or it can be a personal loan, a personal line of credit. The only thing is you need to have an existing relationship with American Express. So you gotta be an existing cardholder, and for American Express National Bank to actually consider your application. And sometimes you can actually apply by yourself, or sometimes they will actually send you a solicitation, an offer, if you will. So when we talk about American Express National Bank, in terms besides the credit cards that everybody knows about, everybody knows about, you can also get a loan and a line of credit. And I want to insist on the fact that with American Express, it's all about the status you have, the status of your current credit card account. So American Express will do a hard pull, of course, but if you have a good relationship with them and you have a good account history on your credit card, they tend to approve loans and lines of credit a little faster. So if you are interested, and so when we talk about the loan at a personal loan at American Express National Bank, of course, you're looking at $3,500 all the way to $40,000, and you can use the cash for a lot of things that, they're very flexible when it comes to the use of loan proceeds. So that's not a big deal. And so you can actually, and the cool thing is you can also pre-qualify for a line of credit or a loan through American Express National Bank, of course. Okay. And so you have the opportunity to have a soft pull first to actually see what happens before you apply for the loan itself. So again, think about $3,500 all the way to $40,000, but you need to be an existing cardholder at American Express to actually qualify. Okay. So those are conditions for American Express personal loans and American Express personal line of credit. And you can also apply. By the way, to apply, you can actually apply online, or you can apply via the app, or you can also apply online. You can apply over the phone. So if you're interested in applying over the phone, the number is 1-844-273-1384. Again, the number here is 1-844-273-1384. And American Express, they tend to actually approve folks real fast. We're talking about 24 hours, and in some cases all the way to 48 hours or even longer if your situation, if your application requires, like, let's say, a review. But overall, this is a great product. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about banks that pull Experian for bad credit. The third bank I want to share with you is Citi. So if you're thinking about a bank that pulls Experian for bad credit, think about Citi. And the cool thing about Citi here is that Citi, of course, they will approve you. Like if you have a FICO score that goes all the way to 450, they'll approve you. See, the thing is, people always think that, well, Citi is complicated. They want you to have a high FICO score. They want you to have a high FICO score if you do not have a relationship with, let's say, an MPR with them, a multi-product relationship, or you do not park some of your liquidity with Citi. But if you have like direct deposit coming into Citi or into a Citi account, or you've been with them for a while and you have several kinds of accounts with them, Citibank will work with you, not a problem. Okay. And the thing is that Citibank is also pretty flexible in terms of, like, you can actually be in New Jersey, apply for a loan, and actually use the loan for something happening in another states. Like happening in Florida, for example. They do this also for business purposes. So you can be registered. Like if you're a Citi client, you can be registered for a business in New Jersey and actually finance transactions or finance projects happening in Florida, for instance, or Texas or Louisiana, whatever. So Citi is very flexible in that regard. That's what we love about Citi. The only thing about Citi is that they're not really that generous, because think about, for example, for a personal loan, Citi is giving you maximum $30,000, whereas Wells Fargo is giving you like $100,000. Citi is only giving you 1/3 of that, even less than 1/3. Okay. And so this is something you need to think about. But overall, the APR is kind of cool with Citi. If we're talking about the loan, again, I'm not really talking about the credit cards. Credit cards are fine. But on the loan side, your loan and line of credit, you're looking at 11.49% all the way to 19.49%. Now, they do not approve, I would say on a national basis, they do not approve any more personal lines of credit, but these things happen on a I would say on a one-by-one cases. They have to look at your application to see what you qualify for. But the program that they actually have at the national level is the loan program, the personal loan program. So it is unsecured, maximum loan amount, $30,000. And this is what it is. And so overall, Citi wants you to be 18 years of age or 21 years of age if you're in Puerto Rico before actually applying for a line of credit with them or a loan with them. But overall, again, the options are really fine to get a credit card, a personal loan, or a line of credit. Fantastic. Another bank that actually pulls Experian for bad credit is Wells Fargo. I just talked about Wells Fargo, and Wells Fargo, we love Wells Fargo when it comes to personal loans and lines of credit. For credit card, not really that much, but when it comes to loans and lines of credit, it's just fantastic. Wells Fargo is really fantastic. And when we talk about Wells Fargo, we're not really talking about just I think I just mentioned to you the loan that they have. They're giving you $3,000 all the way to $100,000. Can you imagine that? Whereas the Citi is giving you a $30,000 maximum, Wells Fargo is giving you $100,000. And we love Wells Fargo for that, because not only are they generous in terms of the loan amount, they are also giving you a longer repayment window. So you're looking at 12 months all the way to 84 months. That's about 1 year to 7 years. So this is really good. And the thing what we love about Wells Fargo is that they also allow you to pre-qualify for this loan with them. In other words, you can check your rate with no impact to your credit score. So this sort of soft pull process is really nice. And so actually Wells Fargo does it for all their credit products. So for their credit cards, they don't have a line of credit as of now, but they'll do it for their loans, but also for their credit cards. We have seen cases where Wells Fargo was able to transform a loan, like a loan that they already approved, into a line of credit to suit our clients. But those scenarios are very rare. So just when you think about Wells Fargo, think about a bank that pulls Experian for bad credit when it comes to personal loans and personal credit cards. Actually, they also do it for business credit cards also. You can apply for a Wells Fargo credit products online, on the phone, or at the branch. If you're interested in actually calling, like if you want to call now, the number is 1-877-526-6332 if you want to open an account. Or if you already have an existing account, the number is 1-877-269-6056, and they're available 7 a.m. through 7 p.m. Central, Monday through Friday. Another great bank that actually pulls Experian for bad credit is PNC. So PNC also does a great job in terms of like what the kind of products they offer. What we love about PNC is not just the diversity of the products they have, like the credit products they have, like their loans, their lines of credit. We also love the fact that PNC has great credit cards to use, and they tend to approve high limits as long as you have a relationship with them. And people have this myth about PNC being complicated as a bank. No, PNC is not complicated. If you build a relationship with them, if you've been with them for a while and you actually park a lot of your cash with them, they will actually reward you with high limits on personal loans, but also credit cards and also lines of credit. So when we talk about PNC and we're talking about their personal loans and lines of credit, you have a personal installment loan. In other words, here you are borrowing money and paying it back through regular monthly payments. That's the first option. You also have a personal line of credit. So here you get approved for certain limits, and you can access funds whenever you need to, up to an approved credit limit. And then you also have but now when we talk about personal installment loans, you're looking at $1,000 all the way to $35,000. And when we're talking about personal line of credit, the approvals here are a little lower. In other words, $1,000 all the way to $25,000. If you happen to live in California, because of state laws, you can only qualify for a maximum line amount of $5,000. So overall, this is actually it's a great bank to actually work with. So we love the fact that, and they pull Experian for bad credit. Obviously, you're not going to qualify for $35,000 in personal loan if you have bad credit. You probably get somewhere like 10 grand or 15 grand. But if you do have a strong financial situation, maybe you'll qualify for the maximum loan amount. And this is the same thing for the line of credit. So $25,000. In terms of credit card, you actually can be approved, not a problem, even if you have bad credit, because again, going back to what I said, PNC, they look at the totality of the relationship we have with them. They just don't look at one aspect, one account. They look at the totality of your relationship with them. Good thing is that you can actually, when you get a loan or a line of credit through a PNC, you can do everything with it. You can pay off credit cards. You can take care of moving expenses. You can finance a major purchase. You can do home improvement. You can do weddings. You can do vacations and travel. Really, really fantastic. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about banks that pull Experian for bad credit. Another bank that pulls Experian is TD Bank. Now, TD Bank actually is a great bank, but the thing is, TD Bank is sort of similar to our PNC. It is geo-restricted. So TD Bank is actually, I would say, the Northeast. They were really around the Northeast, but TD in general, they are more generous than other banks. For example, if they were to give you, let's say, if you were to get a personal loan at TD, they call it a TD Fit loan, and you get approved for $2,000 all the way to $50,000. This is really great when you think about it, and when you compare and contrast that to what Citibank is offering you. Citibank again, $2,000. Citibank $1,000 all the way to $30,000. So with TD Bank, you have personal loans, you have credit cards. You do not have a line of credit. This is something that they used to give this. They don't give it anymore. They actually gave a line of credit in Canada, but here we're speaking about TD Bank US. So TD Bank US they don't give a line of credit. So when we talk about a TD Fit loan, which is the personal installment loan, it is a great loan. Why? Because you have a large amount, $2,000 to $50,000. You have very generous repayment window. You're looking at 36 months all the way to 60 months. So that's about 3 years all the way to 5 years. And the APR is kind of cool too, because you're looking at 9% all the way to 24%, which is really great when you think about a personal loan. And you also can apply. You can apply online. You can apply via TD Bank mobile app. You can apply at the branch, or you can apply over the phone. So if you actually, basically even better, if you, like, TD likes to send unsolicited, let's say, they like to send like some offers every now and then. So if you receive a mail offer, you are able to redeem that mail offer either online or via the app. So if you have any question, you can call 1-877-300-4020. 1-877-300-4020. So this is really great. So you have, with TD Bank, you have a bank that pulls Experian for bad credit. You have access to credit cards, but also have access to a loan. And with the loan, you can do everything. You can consolidate credit card debt. You can renovate your house. You can purchase or repair a vehicle. You can take a vacation. You can fund your wedding. You can cover medical expenses. A lot of stuff you can do with TD Bank personal loans. But I just want to close and to say that TD Bank is a geo-restricted bank. So the bank is available in Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, New York, Washington, so DC. You have North Carolina. You have Florida. You have Pennsylvania, Maine, Rhode Island, Maryland, South Carolina, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Virginia. The next bank I want to share with you is M&T Bank. So when you think about M&T Bank is a smaller bank when compared to all the biggies I just spoke about, like the Citi, the Wells Fargo, the TD Bank. But what we love about the M&T is that they are small in size, but they tend to actually approve large amounts when it comes to credit products. For example, their credit cards, their limits are really off the roof. Like, they really are very generous. They're also generous when it comes to personal loans. And even if you have bad credit, they will approve you. Not a problem. And so now the only thing is that with M&T Bank, they do not have a personal line of credit. So they have a loan and they have a credit card. So you can choose. And when we talk about loans, you have actually two types of loans at personal loans, that is, at M&T Bank. You have unsecured loans and you have cash secured loans. So what are the cash secure loans? Well, cash secure loans basically means you are using your M&T savings account or a CD, certificate of deposit, to actually get better rates on personal loans. So basically you benefit by borrowing against your existing deposit account balance. This is kind of fine. Now, when we talk about unsecured personal loans, you can be approved all the way to $50,000. And the thing here is that they tend to approve real fast, and you can use the cash for a lot of things. And M&T Bank understand that people actually apply at their branches for things like home improvement, debt consolidation, sudden expenses. So you want to cover bills for medical or vet expenses, for example, or just take care of major life events. Okay. Pay for a wedding, vacation, or cost. So, or cost to care for a new addition to the family. So again, $2,000 all the way to $50,000. That's the delta you're looking at if you're thinking about M&T. And one thing I want to say here also is that when you think about going through M&T for a bank loan or line or credit card, please make sure that not only you have the relationship, but also you apply at least 6 months after you have stabilized your situation financially. For example, if you just started a job, don't apply right away. You want to wait for 6 months on the current job before applying. And of course, in the meantime, you want to have your direct deposit either fully or partially get into an M&T bank if you're serious about borrowing from M&T. Again, we're speaking about personal loans and credit cards. Those are the two things. M&T right now, similar to Chase or other banks, they do not offer a line of credit. But again, they are very generous, so this is just fantastic. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I just shared with you banks that pull Experian for bad credit. So kind of recap here. So we talk about Fifth Third Bank, American Express, National Bank. We have a Citi. We have a Wells Fargo. We have a PNC. We have TD Bank. And then finally, we have M&T Bank. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.